In the hidden world of Shinobi, there are legends whispered across generations, warriors who shaped destiny itself. Among them stood a man known as the Toad Sage, a wanderer, a mentor, a protector. His name, Jiraiya, of the legendary Sahnin. They spoke of a prophecy that he would guide the one who would either save the world or cast it into ruin. And from this bond of master and student rose the power of the child of prophecy.
And today, we honor the legend, the sage, the man whose teachings shaped a hero. Let's unbox the SH Figuarts Jiraiya Sage Mode. Let's kick things off with the box, because, you know, we gotta start there. It's your classic SH Figuarts Naruto packaging. Nice window in the front so you can already peek at the figure inside. Ooh. Down at the bottom, you've got the usual authenticity stickers and logos. On the back, you get a nice preview of Jiraiya in action. Poses, expressions, the whole Sage Mode vibe. Flip to the sides and there's more artwork, one with the Elder Toads and the other showing him mid-attack. Simple, clean, and it captures Jiraiya's energy without overdoing it. Alright, enough about the box. Let's get into the figure. Jiraiya's not the type to stay packaged up. He's more the break free, strike a pose, and then immediately get caught peeking at the hot springs kind of guy. Let's start with the bangs. They're made of a soft plastic, which is great because it means you can turn his head without anything getting in the way. Behind that, you've got the legendary mane. Each section is on a ball joint, and the whole thing is lightweight. That helps with balance, so he's not top-heavy or constantly falling over. His forehead protector looks fantastic. The oil kanji is crisp and clean, no sloppy paint there. He comes with a smirking faceplate that really nails Jiraiya's personality. And they even sculpted his little mole. Such a small detail, but it adds a ton of character. The mesh armor on his chest, arms, and shins is really nicely sculpted, super clean, and best of all, no paint bleeds anywhere. His cloak/vest is soft plastic, which helps with articulation. They even cut the sides and the back for arm movement. Though, honestly, it doesn't add much. The skirt piece of his kimono is also that same soft rubbery plastic, and underneath they actually removed the crotch piece for easier leg movement. Smart choice. But my favorite detail? The sandals. They're beautifully sculpted, with little details on the bottom, and they even added articulation so the sandals move with the toes. It's such a clever touch. It adds realism and really shows Bandai was paying attention to the source material. Overall, this figure is just amazing. Bandai's really on a roll with the Naruto line, from the tiniest details like the sculpted mole, handguards, and mesh armor, to the accuracy and cleanliness of the paint. Honestly, this feels like another hit for the series. Maybe even the best one so far, in my opinion. Now it's time to see what the Toad Sage can really do. Jiraiya's always been smooth with the ladies, and never stiff, well, maybe only stiff down there. So if this figure can pull off his wild ninja moves without falling flat on his face, we're definitely in for a good time. So starting up top with the hair, it's on a ball joint, and they actually split it into 4 parts. Honestly, that's pretty smart because it makes posing way easier and looks more natural. The cool thing is it's flexible, so it moves around without fighting you. And it doesn't just fall off every time you touch it, which thank God, because nothing's worse than a figure that drops pieces every time you try to pose it. Unlike some figures where even the slightest move sends the hair flying off. He can look down just fine, and looking up is actually pretty amazing. There's even a hinge at the base of the hair so it doesn't get in the way when you're posing him. The head rotation is smooth. And he's got a nice side-to-side tilt, and honestly, the head and neck articulation together feel really solid. His arm goes up about 90 degrees, and it can raise up this far, though the vest does get in the way just a little. Forward movement looks good, maybe it could go a bit further, but I'm not going to risk forcing it. They even added a slit on the side to help, but honestly, it doesn't do much. Going back, it reaches about this far, and of course, you've got the full 360 rotation. But here's the cool part, something new for me. It's got this pull-out system in the shoulder, and that's actually a really nice touch. Then you've got the usual bicep swivel, double-jointed elbows, and ball hinge wrists. The upper torso's got some really nice articulation. The ab crunch works really great. and bending him back looks just as good. Waist rotation is solid too, no complaints there. And for the legs, yeah, he can kick up pretty high and can even do the splits. And he spreads out this far, which is honestly better than I expected. There's a thigh swivel, double-jointed knees, a calf swivel, and even a swivel above the ankle. And the ankles? Up and down movements solid, rockers nice and wide, got a good range so you can keep him balanced even in those wide stances. And the best part, the toe hinge actually makes the sandals move with it. That little detail is just awesome. Overall, I'm really impressed with the articulation here. He's flexible enough to pull off those big, over-the-top Jiraiya poses without feeling fragile or fiddly. Sure, the vest gets in the way here and there, but nothing that really ruins the fun. From the hair joints to the toe hinge in the sandals, Bandai clearly put some thought into making this figure both dynamic and stable. Alright, let's get into the accessories, because Jiraiya's a wanderer at heart. A guy like that has to travel light but still be ready for anything. And Bandai definitely packed him with the right tools for the journey. But the question is, are they enough? By default, he comes with fists, but you also get wide open hands, a relaxed left hand, and of course, he comes with the Rasengan hand to go with the Rasengan effect itself. It looks good, but honestly, I kinda wish they gave him a massive Rasengan instead, like one that could double as a figure stand. That would have been so much cooler, and it fits since the giant Rasengan is Jiraiya's signature move. Plus, let's be real, we've already got more than enough standard Rasengan effects in this line. For faces, you get a nice variety. The gritting, angry Sage Mode face is perfect if you want to recreate those intense moments from his legendary battle with Pain. Full power, full determination. And then there's the laughing face, which is pure Jiraiya energy. You can totally picture him sharing a drink with Tsunade or goofing around with Naruto, that side of him that's just as unforgettable as his fighting spirit. Now, he can't be the Toad Sage without his iconic transformation. He comes with Sage Mode hands and feet, and it instantly takes me back to his legendary fight with Pain when he went all out in Sage Mode. The details here really sell it too. They even sculpted the raised toad-like bumps on his skin, just like in the anime. It's such a great touch that makes the figure feel complete. And then, classic Jiraiya. You get his giant scroll. The tabs are even different sizes so you can't mess it up, which is a pretty thoughtful bit of design. To attach it, you just plug it into his back under the vest. There's a little hole for the ropes, and once it's in place, it looks perfect. But the real stars of the show? Pa and Ma, the two elder toads. They look fantastic and even come with a mount piece so they can sit right on Jiraiya's shoulders, just like in the anime. The mount itself is on a ball peg, so it's got a bit of articulation, which is nice for adjusting how the toads sit. The easiest way to attach them is to plug the mount into the frogs first. Yep, right in their little back holes, or as Jiraiya would probably call it, frog booties. It's a tight fit, so take your time. Then I'd suggest popping Jiraiya's head off. Not a must, but with that giant mane in the way, it makes life easier and avoids any damage. After that, just clip the mount onto his back and you're good to go. Honestly, that alone takes the display to another level. And the details are honestly really impressive. Like, even under their little cloaks, the legs are fully sculpted and painted. They didn't even have to go that far, but they did, and it makes me appreciate the figure even more. Oh, and for anyone new to this line, I really suggest checking the instructions that come with the figure. They're in Japanese, but you can just translate them with an app and save yourself some headaches. And lastly, there's even a little bonus, a winking Naruto faceplate for the Naruto 99 figure. It's perfect for recreating those lighthearted moments of teacher and student bonding we all loved in the series. Alright, let's wrap things up with a size comparison before final thoughts. Let's see how the Toad Sage stacks up next to the rest of the crew. Jiraiya stands at about 17.3 centimeters, making him taller than most of the other Naruto characters, which is spot on for his anime size. Now, let's compare him with the rest of the Naruto figures. Jiraiya's always been one of my favorite characters in the series, right alongside the other legendary Sannin, Orochimaru, and most of all, Tsunade, who's my favorite of the three. I've always loved the Sannin because they bring such a powerful presence to the story, so finally getting this Jiraiya figure feels really special. And now, having all three of them together, the legendary Sannin are complete. Overall, I'm super happy with it. The paint job is clean, the sculpt captures Jiraiya's character perfectly, and the materials Bandai used for the different parts of the figure feel solid. I don't own the older release, but I've seen it online, and honestly, this one looks miles better. It really is Jiraiya brought to life. Sure, the arm articulation has a slight limitation, but it's not a deal breaker. You can still pull off plenty of dynamic poses. If I had to nitpick, I do wish they included a couple more faceplates or maybe even a massive Rasengan effect that could double as a stand. That would have really pushed this release over the top. And about the price. Yeah, he's the most expensive figure in the Naruto line so far. But for me, as someone who loves Jiraiya, I think it's worth it. Bandai did a fantastic job staying true to the source material, and I'm glad they gave the Toad Sage the treatment he deserves. Alright, that wraps it up for Jiraiya, the one and only Toad Sage. I'm honestly just happy to finally have him standing next to the rest of my Naruto lineup. If you had fun watching, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments, what other Naruto character do you want to see next in the Figuarts line? Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next review.